Hey, welcome. Today I'm going to show you some exercises or training techniques that you can do to get your horse stopping better. And if you have a horse that doesn't stop very well, I do not need to convince you that it needs to get better. This horse is Patriot. I've done a couple of other videos with him on slowing down off my seat and a few other things, and he's making progress. He's 13 years old, and he's spent most of his life as kind of a backyard horse, trail horse. And now I'm trying to get him in shape, hopefully to do some cowboy racing, which means in a sport like that, when I say stop, he needs to stop immediately, not 3 or 4 steps later. So this is how I do this with any colt in the beginning. Let me just send him off. I just saddle him up. He's fresh. Haven't done anything with him. And the way I start teaching this in the round pen, I don't expect him to do it really well here at the beginning, is I'll get him moving out pretty good. Let me go ahead and lope him off. And then I'll just say the stop word and let's see what he does. Woo. Okay, so that's pretty typical of how this horse reacts to the word. He went about what, 7 or 8 more steps? He heard me, but in his world, when I say stop, another 7 or 8 or 10 steps is fine. Well, it's not fine in my world, okay? So I can do something. Let me show you something else I'll do. I like that he's coming to me. That's actually a good thing. Go this way, bud. Move off. So another thing you can do to kind of improve that, just in the round pen setting, get him loping off, is I can step in front of him to reinforce that stop word, like this. Woo. Okay, that was better. He still didn't stop. Okay, he still didn't stop, but he kind of gets the idea. Now, let me just say right at this moment, I have 3 horses that I'm starting under saddle. And they're various levels of ages. They all have less than 20 rides on them, and they all stop way better than him. So if you do this from the beginning, the horse gets it. When you're retraining an older horse like him, it's going to take a little longer for him to understand that when I say that word or when I give him a cue to stop, I need it right now. You know, for him to take it a lot more seriously. And that's okay. You know, it's the old saying, you know, if you're 50 years old and you go back to college, you can still learn. You just might have to study a little harder than someone else. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a long lead rope on him. It's a 30-foot lead rope. And that way I can reinforce the stop from 25 or 30 feet away and make him understand it a little better. So give me just a moment to switch this rope out. Okay, so now I have this 30-foot rope on him, and I'm going to send him off. You can use these 30-foot ropes or just, you know, anything that's pretty long for a lot of different things. I have one of my 2-year-olds right now who was kind of just kicking up with the saddle and just being a little ornery. And so I use this long rope just to correct her and tell her to quit doing that. And she could do it without me having the rope. But once I had the rope, then I could kind of correct her and get her to do that. So with this 30-foot rope, I'm going to go ahead and lope him off. Then I'm going to do the same thing I did in the round pen, except I've got a better way to enforce it. Woo! Okay. And him walking toward me, this horse has been round penned a lot. And that's nothing wrong with that, but that's the reason he did that. He thought that's what I wanted him to do. And I didn't. I wanted him to stop. So let's send him this way. Okay. And if this were a young horse, I'd probably start off at a walk, do this thing, and then I'd do it at a trot. and give them a chance to kind of think it over. Let's see what he does at a trot. Woo! That was quite a bit better, wasn't it? He didn't stop completely, but he certainly understood the idea. Okay, let's try it one more time. Woo! Oh, that's pretty good. That's actually the best he's done right there. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then the other thing you can do, which is a little stronger, and I would do this if the horse wasn't responding very well to what I just did. Then what I would do is I'd bump that halter when I told him to stop. Woo, like that. And if that horse didn't stop, I'd just keep bumping his nose until he stopped. Okay, so that's 3 things that you can do, either in the round pen and then with the long lead rope, to get your horse understanding that when you say stop, you kind of mean it. So now I'm going to go ahead and bridle him up, and I'll show you some things that you can do under saddle to improve the stop.